This is the Weisberg channel, and folklore and legends are all around us. They remind us of the things we don't understand and make us question what is real and what is legend. Well, today we're taking a look at one of the most iconic cryptids in North American culture, and we ask ourselves the question, what exactly was the Mothman? The story of the Mothman starts in 1966 on the town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, when five grave diggers from the nearby town of Clendenin saw a man-like shadowy figure fly over their heads from a nearby tree and disappear into the night. 3 days later, two young couples by the name of Roger and Linda Scarberry, along with Steve and Mary Mallette, told the police that they were being chased in their car by a black figure with a 10-foot wingspan and glowing red eyes. After this sighting, the local newspaper caught wind of the incident and published a story with the headline, "Couples See Man-Sized Bird Creature Something." Following the newspaper release, more and more sightings began to appear, and shortly after, it was dubbed the Mothman by an anonymous Ohio newspaper copy editor. So, what exactly did all of these eyewitnesses see? Well, one could argue that it was just a barn owl, given the similarities between the two. Both have big eyes relative to their heads, wings to the sides, and a long body with long legs. Also, these animals are more active during the night, which is when most of these sightings were recorded. But what about their red glowing eyes, you might ask? Well, nocturnal animals tend to have an eye shine when lights are pointed into their eyes, and this is the same with owls as well. But there is a problem with this theory. Barn owls don't have a very strong eye shine, at least not enough to account for the levels described by eyewitnesses. Which brings me to another species of owls, and that is the great horned owl. This owl has the same eye shine capabilities as the barn owl, only this one presents a bright crimson red glow similar to the one attributed to the Mothman. The only issue that remains to be solved is that the size of the creature doesn't quite match the size of the great horned owl. The Mothman has been described as being 7 to 10 feet tall in some instances, with a wingspan of 10 feet, while the great horned owl only measures about 2 feet in height with an approximate wingspan of 3 to 4 feet. But could this just be a possible case of misinterpreted height? For example, it's difficult to tell the size of a real object if you don't know how far away it is, especially at night. One thing that I found interesting is that the proportions of the great horned owl and the Mothman seem to match. For example, if we take the measurements of the height and width of both the Mothman and the great horned owl, we can get a ratio for both of them and compare the numbers. If we take the height of the Mothman that is described by eyewitnesses, which is typically reported to be around 7 feet, and we divide it by its reported wingspan, which in this case is 10 feet, we get the ratio of 0.7. And if we do the same with the great horned owl, taking its height of about 2 feet and dividing it by its wingspan of 3 feet, we get 0.667 or 0.7 when rounded up. Is this just a coincidence, or are we actually dealing with a scaled up version of a great horned owl? Well, the truth is we might never know for sure, but it's always fun to speculate. In any case, it's really interesting how everything lines up with it being just a case of misidentification. However, where things do seem to get a bit strange is when the Mothman is seen just before tragedy strikes, like in the case of the collapse of the Silver Bridge in December 15, 1967. But that analysis is best left for another video. Thank you for watching, and for more content like this, consider subscribing, leaving a like, comment, and remember to stay smart.